Welcome to Raw Talk. I've got 4 links down below in the description box today for you because I'm going to wrap everything up into one video. Okay? First, there's the full video recap official from WWE. The second one is just the text results that I review and share my useless thoughts on. Then we have the alleged real reason why Samantha Irvin left the company. As we know now, Lillian Garcia is now back full-time. And the alleged racially insensitive comment that Carlito said to Adam Pearce. Okay? So before we get into the results, actually, I do want to talk about this because the results, we know the results. This stuff is more dramatic. So Carlito said, and I quote, "I gotta learn Chinese after Damage Control left." Now, Io and Kairi are Japanese. And Japanese sounds nothing like Chinese. But if you're a dum-dum, which is what Carlito's kind of portraying as the character, he's a little bit of a goofy, like, huh? What? I had no idea. Are they speaking Russian? You know what I mean? Like, that's all it was. To me, I'm putting my foot down and I'm not afraid to be like, oh my God, tread carefully here. It's YouTube. It's 2025 almost. Watch what you say. If you're butthurt by that comment. Now, I will agree, it wasn't funny. It wasn't supposed to be like, oh my God. Ha, 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 ha. It was just to be like, oh, Carlito, you dum-dum. Like, they don't even remotely sound the same. You can't go from like, ni hao, and then go, konnichiwa, yokoso. Like, this doesn't even sound remotely the same, okay? Chinese, then Japanese, right? It was just supposed to be one of those kind of moments, and that's it. It wasn't supposed to make you laugh. It wasn't supposed to get your panties in a bunch, but somehow it did, and it raised a lot of eyebrows. I mean, I would raise one, but they're kind of not really existent. So there's nothing to see here. And if you're outraged, you should be outraged at the children that are, not doing so good in war-torn countries. Be outraged at that. Take that energy and focus on that. Samantha Irvin, as I said, left. And as per Brian Alvarez, and this makes a lot of sense just based on historical facts, really. She's got some outside projects that she wants to do. Apparently couldn't simply come to terms with how that was all going to work out with the WWE. And she had been thinking about an exit for about a year. She wants to be a singer. She is a singer. She also plays the flute. She wants to get more involved with her music, and it's simply something that she's been talking about for a long, long time. And she's finally pulled the trigger on that. And the plan isn't to go to AEW like a lot of people think. Because Ricochet's already said, look, she's not coming to AEW because I'm here. She's not coming to AEW at all. Okay? So, there you have it. She left on her own, and it's something that she's been thinking about for quite some time. She grew up as a musical person, and that is her main passion. And I can relate to that because I am also a musician. I'm just not well known because I'm not that special. But I'm still a musician. I play guitar, and I have been for a long time. Anyhow, so that's that. Now let's get into the swing of things here. All right. Seth Rollins, backstage, opened up the show with a boot to the noggin. Actually, it wasn't quite a boot to the noggin. It was a cheap shot from behind for what had happened to Seth before. It's not really a cheap shot, but yeah. Then the brawl came out. It was awesome. Tsunami missed the mark. It just went splat right through the table. Seth was nowhere to be seen for that tsunami. Then we had Joe Tessitore again, who then announced that Samantha Irvin was gone to pursue new challenges and that Lillian Garcia was now back full-time. Now, talking about that really quick, a question was asked, not to me. Nobody asks me nothing. I'm not well known enough to have people ask me questions. But it was asked online. What do you think of that? Of Lillian Garcia? And I very quickly said, First off, I love Lillian Garcia. I really, really do. She's 58. That's not even the point. She's had her time in the spotlight. She's good at what she does. There's no denying that. So much history. Legend in her own mind. But I kind of want to see Mike Rome shine a little bit more. We already got rid of Greg Hamilton a few years ago, which I was already upset with. But now that we've got Mike Rome, I don't know why he's been, no offense, demoted to NXT. Then the woman from NXT, and with all due respect, I forget her name. She's now come up to the main roster. And I just kind of feel like, nah. Get Mike Rome up on that. That's just my opinion on that really quick, okay? Kofi and Xavier versus the Authors of Pain. This was for a number one contenders tournament that continues. And The Miz was at ringside watching on. R-Truth attacked The Miz. There was a bunch of distractions. And it led to New Day winning. And then R-Truth got attacked in the middle of the ring after. Kofi really wanted to go in there and help. But Xavier was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, this isn't our fight. And it's like, make it your fight. Right? Like, make it your fight. But he didn't. The lights went out and the Wyatt Six came out and it was a full-on brawl with Final Testament. This was awesome. Then it was shown with Miz in the middle of the ring. And Uncle Howdy actually put down Paul Ellering with the mandible claw. I don't know if that's what it looks like or it's the three fingers. Anyways. Just wow, because that opens up a whole, you know what I mean? Because at first I thought they were going to be heel. I actually kind of like that they're face. You know, the Wyatt Six, they're crazy, but they don't just attack anybody, right? Remember that. Liv and Raquel Rodriguez versus Damage Control. All I gotta say is Io Sky is nuts. She's amazing. So is Kairi Sane. Oh, there's the mandible claw. It was just great. It was awesome. And I'm fumbling my words because it did end up in a no contest. For a second I was like, and it's like, who won? That's right. Because again, what ended up happening was Lash Legend and Jakara, even though it was Io that started the whole thing and, you know, pulled her over the barricade. I just feel like this happens a lot because this was actually a nice match. It was going somewhere. Definitely a different look for Raquel Rodriguez. Interesting to see. And like I said, I'm happy for her to be back. But even she's like, what the fuck is going on? And there goes my notes. What the... I am so professional. My goodness. So yeah. Rhea Ripley comes out. Liv, again, always acting scared. Pulling the whole Seth Rollins from back in the day when he used to have J&J security with him. Dom tries to help, but he gets prison trapped. Which is fitting because, remember, he's done a hard time in prison. See? Right there. That's a beautiful view. Oh, boy. Man, these shows are short now. 1 hour and 22 minutes without commercials. Madness, I say. Number one contenders match, Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio versus American Made. Great match. A really good match. Really enjoyed this. LWO. Pick up the W-I-N. The win. It's pretty awesome. This one now. This one's interesting. So it's nice to see a title change hand on like a Raw or a SmackDown. Let me take a sip here. It's nice because it gives you hope for some unpredictability. For me, this was not predictable. Regardless of the distractions with the Bloodline, Jacob Fatu showing up with Solo. Look, I bought 2 tickets. Then the Tongas and the Toas. They came out. Oh, we're here to help you win the belt. You didn't lose it yet. So I think what this does now, with all the distractions, now Jey Uso losing the Intercontinental Championship, if you think about it, it kind of makes sense, but not really all at the same time. Some people have been saying, well, he can't be champion and be feuding. Well, they were the longest tag team champion of all time. They were, right? The longest of all time? Like, of all time? You had Roman as champ. They were feuding. They were holding belts. Why can't they do that? Is it because he's going to rekindle with Jimmy? Become a tag team again? Did we just give Jey Uso the Intercontinental Championship just to say that he did it, just to have it taken away from him? I think this really builds a lot of friction now with the bloodline, because he was like done with that. He sees that Roman's turned. He sees that his brother has seen the light. They need help. Now he's getting angry because of how he lost the championship. So no, I don't think it makes sense to have him lose just for the sake of the argument that it'll make him feuding make more sense. I don't know. It's just, I don't understand that part. But I understand having him lose it just to build the feud up with the bloodline. Like, hey, you cost me the championship, right? So for me, it's just gonna, I don't know. Like I don't know what's gonna happen exactly. I have a few thoughts as to what I hope happens. And it's the whole OG bloodline gets back together. Everybody knows that already, right? And what was really cool was that moment that Braun Breaker speared Jacob Fatu. And then Fatu comes out. Breaker's looking at him. That match would be amazing. Like amazing. Like, oh yeah, that would be something. Then Adam Pearce came out, pulled the Tonkas and the Toas out right off the apron. But Fatu kicked Uso in the head when he was going to charge around the ring. And that was just like the final thing. And then Breaker super spears for the win. He is now already a 2-time Intercontinental Championship. He's only 26 years old. Again, Rick Steiner is his father. Big Bad Booty Daddy, Big Papa Pump is his uncle. And yeah, I'm glad that he's got the Breaker. I mean, I wish he had the Steiner name, Braun Steiner. Braun Breaker's kind of fitting. And it allows him to be like his own person without having to use the last name. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And he's already proving, whether it's on the microphone or in the ring, that he's not just being pushed and he's not just somewhat of a big deal because of who his family is. It's because of what he can actually do. It's like the whole Charlotte Flair thing, right? Charlotte Flair isn't just, because of Ric Flair. It's because of what she's actually done on her own, which is nice to see, right? Look at Randy Orton. Arguably one of the greatest. Well, I know he's a third generation. I just mean anything past like a second generation. Man, has he ever outshined his family? So anyhow, lot of interesting stuff. A lot of again, the Lillian thing, and she's gone, and right, like it's just, yeah, it's pretty wild. Anyhow, thumbs up if you liked the video. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm, so they say, and trying to make me more relevant in search results when people are looking shit up on the internet. And if you didn't like the video, well, go ahead. Give it a thumbs down. I'll bend it in half, twist it, break it off where the sun don't shine. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, naturally, that would be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.